me hit record. All right, so everyone go ahead and meet me in an all four position. We're going to go into a cat cow stretch. I know some of you will have some wrist issues, so I'm going to cue the plank series. I'll give you modifications just to do things a little bit differently, but some people I'm going to keep on their hands. Just do what feels best. But yeah, everyone's in a cat cow, and I want you there for about 20 seconds. So as you take that big inhale, I really want you to think about letting that belly button drop down as you look to see where that ceiling meets the wall. And then you'll go ahead and roll through. I'm like already sore. Good job. All the way down. Perfect. And then press that mat away from you, lifting all the way back up. Good. And then you'll come into that neutral spine for me. You have 2 changes on your wrists, and then we go down to your forearms just so you know where you are. So you'll go ahead and walk those feet back, and you're going to meet me in that high plank. You can keep those legs apart or those feet together. Just know that you're just getting into it. It's just a more so warm up to wake everything up right here. I want you to go ahead and start bringing elbow to that opposite knee, a slow climber. It's not fast. I just want you to feel that knee reaching towards. If you need to, if you're on your forearms, you're just going to go into those knee taps, which is fine. If not, it's a slow climber, but I'd like that cross over your chest. So right knee coming towards that left elbow, left knee coming towards that right elbow. You're going to stay here for about 15 more seconds, and then we're going to stop. We're going to go into that out, out, in with our feet. Just those 2 changes, waking everything up. I want you to stabilize through that core. Now go ahead and freeze where you are. You're going to walk your feet out, out, in. It is slow to start right here. Thinking about stabilizing that top half, can you pull belly button in? And as you're stepping those feet out, feel those lower abs starting to engage, outer thighs starting to engage. You have 15 seconds here. Everyone comes down to their forearms for me. You know we've got those reaches on deck. You have 10 seconds here. You're breathing for me. Think about relaxing through your shoulders. Belly button stays pulled in 5 seconds. We're coming down to those forearms in 4, in 3, in 2. You're going to slowly walk down to your forearms for me. Slowly walk down to your forearms. Good. Once you're on those forearms, yes, for those of you who put those balls on fast, I know you're feeling it a little bit differently right here. You're going to go into your reaches. You have the option to come to your knees. I need your feet spread out. You're going to reach that right hand forward and then that left hand forward. So think top of that body, and then that lower half of your abs will come into that second change. You're almost out of it. I want you breathing as you're in these reaches. It should fatigue your shoulders and that core. You have about 15 seconds right here. You're almost out of it. Everyone is breathing for me. You're going to go into hip dips next. If you have any ankle injuries and those don't feel good, you'll go ahead and go into those knee, the bends of your knees. I'm fine with that as well. In 10 seconds, we have hip dips. So if your feet aren't together, you have the option to put them together or to come to those knees in 5, in 4, good, in 3, in 2, hold center for me. You're going to come over that imaginary beach ball, rolling those hips to the right side, and then coming through center, rolling those hips over to that left side. It's slow and controlled. All you have is a hold left for me. You're doing great. I want you to breathe through it. I know those shoulders are starting to wake up. Your necks are relaxed. You're looking at the edge of that mat. In 10 seconds, we're going to be in a hold. You're going to pop back onto those toes. If you came to those knees, you have the option of finishing on your hands or in your forearm plank. I'm fine with either one of those. In 5 seconds, final little bit in 4, in 3, in 2, find your forearm plank hold, no movement here. Option to come to your hands if you prefer that hand plank. If not, you're going to stay on your forearms for me. You're going to breathe right here. If you come to your hands, you're going to spread your fingertips out nice and wide, and you're going to think about looking towards the edge of that mat. That belly button stays plugged in. If you're on those forearms, you're pressing forearms into that mat right here. You're squeezing those inner thighs together. Can you find the extra challenge? Here's that halfway point. I need 30 more seconds from you. You should be warm. You're in that plank just about 5 minutes. Breathe for me right here. As you take that big inhale, really like that 4, so don't get nervous here. Take a big inhale, 20 seconds to go. Options here for you as you come out of this. You have the option of going right into that downward dog. If you need to go into that cat cow first, you can. Know that you're standing up after this nice and slow in final 8 and 7. Good. 6, you get a small break. You're either going into a cat cow or a downward dog in 4, 3, good, 2, and everyone rest for me. If you lift into that downward dog, pedal up those knees for me. Take your time. We're going to move quickly. I'm going to try to get your heart rates up a little bit here. In 5 seconds, you're walking your feet in towards your hands in towards your feet. We're going to slowly roll ourselves all the way up in 3, Good, in 2, on 1, slow roll up to the top. You're at the front of that mat. You're going right into your alternating reverse lunges. That left foot is gonna come back, and then that right foot is gonna come back. And as you're in those lunges, I need you to think to yourself, yes, you're giving me a little bit of speed here, but I would rather you find your form. Bring that right knee down. It hovers above the mat, and then you drive through that left side. Good. All the way down, find that hover, and then you lift back up at the top. All the way down, and then lift back up. 20 seconds right here. I'm gonna bring this back over because I don't know if my Wi-Fi is spotty. You've got it. About 15 seconds. Your right leg stays back for me. Right leg is gonna stay back in 10, in 9, right side only. You're headed into your split squat, right side in 5, in 4, right leg stays back in 3, in 2, bring your right leg back, hold, right leg back, hold, right leg back, hold, freeze for me. There you go. Everyone freeze. Now I want you to just give me a couple inch hinge right here. Just a little bit of a hinge. Yes. You're going to stand all the way up, and then you're going to sink back down. So you lower that knee to a hover, and then you drive through and stand. Good. You've got it. Lower to a hover, drive through and stand. So from here, think to yourself, that left quad is going to get fired up into your glute. That right leg stays back as you lift all the way up, and then you come back down to your hover. We're going to stay down there for some pulses in about 8 seconds. So you're going to stand all the way up and then come back down. On this next one, just go into your pulses, driving down an inch and up an inch. Good. Down an inch and up an inch. I want you to think about how deliberate you are in that squeeze as your knee comes down to a hover. You're going to stand up in that lunge again, not your split squat, and then you'll come back for 3 pulses in about 15 seconds, just so you know what's next. Stay in your pulses. You're about to stand up, bringing that right foot in, and then you'll step right back with 3 pulses on the bottom in 5. In 4, both feet come together. In 3, right leg steps forward. In 2, step your right foot forward for me. Step right back, and then give me 3 pulses at the bottom. This is where you stay. It's that full range movement. You step together, and then you give me 3 pulses at the bottom. That left quad should be firing up. Your right cheek should be really talking to you. Hold on to this for me. You're going to keep that foot back for me. You're going to give me that reverse lunge, that curtsy, that reverse lunge. Nobody's going to stand. You have 2 changes left. I want you to fire this up in about 10 seconds. You're going to stay in that reverse lunge hold. We're going to tap curtsy, tap center in 5. In 4, we tap curtsy, we tap center in 3. And 2, stay back in your reverse lunge. You tap that right foot to that curtsy. You tap it center. You do not get to stand. You tap curtsy. You tap center. You have this. You're coming into a hold for me in about 10 seconds. You're there. You get a break after this. So I need you to fire up that thigh. Hold on to it. Here we go. Tap curtsy, tap center. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6. Shoulders look great, Jay. 5 and 4. You hold center. In 3. Do not stand. In 2. No one breaks right here. Tap curtsy, center, hold. Hands go into prayer. You hinge forward just a hair. You drop that knee down. My friends who do not have an ankle injury, if you want the extra challenge, you lift that front heel up for me. You sink into it and you freeze. You have a solid 15 seconds, and I know you can do it. Take a big inhale. You press those palms together. You breathe for me. In 8 seconds, you stand. There's no break. We're going into an alternating reverse lunge to hit that other side. In 5, you can do it. 4, 3, 2, and we stand. This is where it's mean. Active recovery is your slow alternating reverse lunge here. So you're right back into it. Your thigh should be on fire on that left side, but now that left leg is going to be the one that we hit when I keep that leg holding back. Stay in your reverse lunge, alternating for 15 more seconds for me. Now find your breath right here. Can you relax your shoulders? Is your belly engaged? As you exhale, can you think about zipping everything up? In 5 seconds, I want you to stay. Left foot is going to come back for me. You've got it. In 5, good. 4, 3, left foot stays back. In 2, left foot stays back. In 1, hold for me at the bottom. You're getting ready for those split squats. You're going to stand all the way up, and then you're going to sink that knee back down for me. As you lift, what I want you to think about is, where is your weight? Are you driving through that front heel? You are welcome to use your hands as you come down and press them back into that nice V as you come all the way up to the top. But what I need you to think about is that slight hinge. I didn't cue you to do it, but you know it's there. That little bit 2 inch forward just to keep this into that glute. and then that quad. You've got 10 seconds. You're going to stay down low and pulse for me. I need you to breathe. Your legs are getting tired. You have this. Everyone's in it together. In 5, you're pulsing. In 4, in 3, get that last full range. And now everyone in that pulse. Think about just squeeze, release those glutes. Squeeze, release those glutes. You have it, that tiny little squeeze. And then you come up an inch and down an inch. You're breathing through it. You are not bouncing. You're just thinking about, can I fatigue this leg? You're going to go ahead and stand all the way up. This is where we add the 3 pulses in with that full range lunge. In 5, and 4, you stand, both feet come together. In 3, then that left foot comes right back. In 2, stand all the way up, left foot comes in, then you bring it right back. Give me 3 pulses at the bottom. Do not feel like you have to rush through this, but if you want to put a little sense of urgency in, you can. I don't want the knee lift because I want you to get right back up there. I don't want you to have that time at the top to squeeze those glutes. I want you to get right back into it. 15 seconds here. Think, as you come into that lunge, you squeeze, dropping that knee down 1 more inch a couple of times, and then you stand right back up at the top. You're getting ready to come back into that reverse lunge hold. We're still moving left leg. You're doing great. You have about 5 seconds to stand up 1 to 2 more times. And then you're going to come back and hold for me. There we go. In 3, reverse lunge hold. In 2, reverse lunge hold. In 1, reverse lunge hold. Everyone meets me back there. You're going to tap curtsy, tap center, stay low. This is where you're burning it out. You can do this. You tap center, you tap side. So it's that curtsy and that center. Good. It's curtsy and then that center lunge. You have 15 seconds here. You're coming into that final hold. You've got this. Breathe for me. In 5, in 4, reverse lunge hold. Left leg is back. In 3, in 2, reverse lunge hold, reverse lunge hold. Yes, you can reverse lunge hold. Hold that lunge. Give me that hint of a hinge. If you don't have any ankle injuries, you're going to lift that front heel up. If not, you're going to hold right where you are and you're going to tuck your tailbone and you're going to squeeze. I need 15 seconds, friends. You're doing great. Take a big inhale. Can you relax your shoulders for me? Relax them just a hair. Yes, there it is. Plug belly button in, breathe. 8 and 7. You're going to stand up for me. Final 30 seconds. You either have a wall sit or a high plank, depending on where you are in your rooms. In 5, wall sit or high plank. In 3, stand up. In 2, wall sit or high plank. Find it. You have 5 seconds to get there. Wall sit or high plank. Don't even think about it. Just get into it and breathe. Here we go. Time has started. You have 30 seconds in your hold here. If you are in that wall sit, your knees are in line with your hips and you're thinking about not pressing your hands on your quads. If you're in a high plank, I need you to think about, can you zip your inner thighs up from those ankles all the way up? You've got this towards your seat. 15 seconds. Everyone gets to take a break. You're either going to find a child's pose, a cat cow, whatever you need, you find. You have 10 seconds and a break. In 9 and 8 and 7, you can do this. 6 and 5. Take 1 more big inhale, exhale, and you rest. Everyone find that break. Press all the way back. Nice leg series. Find your child's pose. Open knees up nice and wide. We'll get that other leg. Don't worry. As you open those knees up, I want you to bring your seat back towards your heels and just take a moment there. Everyone gets 10 seconds here. We get ready to head into those abs for a second before we get back into our legs. Take a big inhale here for me. If you have Balas on and want the break, you're headed into your abs, so you don't need them on right now. Take them off if you'd like. You're going to meet me on your back. Take a sip of water if you need it. Knees come into your chest right here. Take that nice little rock from side to side before you bring your feet flat on your mat for me here. Your feet are flat. You might need to wiggle them away because we're going into that crunch, into that full range sit up. Start with 30 seconds of crunches, hands behind your head. You exhale, lift, you inhale to lower. We start 30 seconds in those crunches. We're getting ready to add it together where you're going to give me 1 crunch and 1 full range sit up. That's where you're going to have to drive through your heels. I'm taking you right into the extra challenge. Can you make sure when you exhale, you pull belly button in towards your back? Here we go. Full range. In 5, you're going to give me 1 crunch, 1 full range sit up. In 3, try to keep your hands behind your head. If not, you're going to reach your head up, hands up towards that ceiling. In 2, on 1, you're going to lift up. You can reach your hands in front of you, and then you come back down on a 3 count. You give me 1 crunch, and then you give me 1 full range sit up. Down on that controlled 3 count. Exhale, give me that crunch, And then exhale, sit all the way back up to the top. I'm wanting to challenge you here, but I want you to breathe for me because you're going to start wanting to hold your breath. And that's not the game we're going to play. As you exhale, I need you to think about using your core to really help you get all the way up. This isn't coming from those arms. You're driving through your heels for me. You're going to stay lifted at the top. We're headed into Russian twist. So I want you to lift all the way up in 5 seconds. You're going to drive your heels down. You're going to lift your toes up in 3. Meet me at the top in 2. In 1, hands are going to come into prayer. Now tuck your tailbone for me. Hold here. Take that right hand, you tap it to the left side, you come back to center, you tap it to that opposite. So I want you to think, instead of just twisting your elbows here, can you reach your hands and tap right next to you? Just tap and tap. My friends who need the extra challenge, you can lift those heels up, go into those taps, but I need you to find that twist and that core really stability here. You've got it. Next. You've got 10 seconds for me. In 9, you're laying all the way back down. Feet come flat on your mat. In 8, you have it. In 7, keep twisting, keep twisting. 5, nice cord. Go 4 and 3. Feet come down. And 2, feet come down. And 1. Now reach those hands forward. 3 count to roll down. 3. Good. 2 on 1. Reach your hands straight up towards the ceiling. They're not going towards your knees. They're going straight up towards the ceiling. You have the option to put your hands back behind your head, but I need you going up towards the ceiling, not towards those knees, for 5. Good. For 4. You can do it. 3 and 2. Hold at the bottom on 1. Lift both feet up. Now you're reaching towards opposite ankle. You reach, tap that left ankle, tap that right. Stay all the way up at the top off of those shoulder blades. It's not that full range crunch. You're just twisting from side to side. You're going to start grabbing opposite ankle. You're going into your scissor kicks. So it's a straight leg switch in 5 seconds. You can do it. If it's too much, bend your knees. In 4 and 3, grab right leg. 2, grab right leg, let left leg fall, switch and switch. Good. You're in those nice controlled switches. Can you point through that toe? Can you lengthen through that leg? Modification, you can just bend those knees. If not, leg stays straight. Last 15 seconds, can you put your hands behind your head? Can you find the challenge? Can you do it? Yes, you can. 10, 9, nice, Kathleen. 8, really strong. 7 and 6, fight for that. Do not break. You have it. 4, nice, guys. 3 and 2 on 1. Knees come into your chest. Rest. Knees come into your chest. Rest. Take a big inhale here for me. On the exhale, you roll yourself up. You find your forearm plank. You've got about 2 minutes before we go back into your legs. I want to warm up those arms. Find your forearm plank. It's fast, I know. When you breathe into this forearm plank, we're going back to 2 changes on your wrist, 2 changes on your forearms, and that hold. When it's too much, you just find your forearm plank. You have plank up downs to start. So you're going to come up to your hand, back to your forearm, and that forearm. If it's too much, stay on your forearms, go into your reaches. I'm fine with either one. You modify where you need to. I need you to stabilize here. I need you to stabilize. You can do this. As you're breathing through these plank up downs, you're going to stay on your hands. You can come to your knees if you need to. You're going to go same knee, same elbow. You're going to get just as much love in your obliques, whether you're on your knees or you're on your feet. Stay on your hands in 4, in 3, in 2. Everyone's on their hands. You can be on your knees or your toes. Same knee, same elbow. I want it slow because if you don't make that connection, it doesn't count and you're not changing those muscles. So breathe into it and think about how strong you are. Exhale, knee to that elbow. Really good. You have 15 seconds. You're back to your forearms. You're doing great. I need you to trust your body. That core is so much stronger than you realize. You're back to your forearms. In 5, you can do it. In 4, in 3, forearms. In 2, everybody find your forearms. Find those forearms. Yes, you can. Less than a minute left right here. I want you to take a big breath in this. You have your hold right here. You finish with movement. So here's where we're going to reset. You're going to glue your inner thighs together. Think about how you're zipping up from those ankles towards your seat. Now, everybody lift up a centimeter and then tuck your tailbone under and think about what your lower abs are doing right here. You've got this. You've got it. Breathe for me right here. As you're breathing through this, know that you're getting ready to come into your last 15 seconds. 15 seconds of push-ups is all I want, just 15. That's it. When you're ready, you find your push-ups. Hand release, 2 counts down. If you have any issues with your wrists, go into your reaches. I'm fine with your reaches. I want you to just rock these, just knock them out. Just know that it's 15 seconds. It's already started. You're down to 10 seconds. In 8 seconds, everyone is going to find the child's pose. We're going to stand up again soon. 7 and 6. You've got it. 5. Nice part. 4 and 3. Everyone give me one more press back. And 2. On one press back, find your stretch. You're going to take a sip of water in a second, but I want you to breathe for me. Open your knees up nice and wide. Bring that seat back towards your heels, and then start wiggling those fingertips towards the front of your mat. Take a big inhale here for me. Nice. Options to come into your cat-cow before you stand, or option to go into that downward dog. But I need you to take your time as you stand up right here, and then you'll meet me on that mat. I'm going to move my computer again. We'll see if we start losing service, and then I'll put it back to its spot. We were just moving slowly. We've got some side lunges and some deadlifts. Balas can go back on if you want them to, totally up to you. I'd like you to grab your light weights just so you feel like you've got a little bit more tension, but you're going to, we did these the other week, I'm just going to add on to them. So from here on that mat, you'll be in the center of your mat. For me, we're starting with alternating side lunges. If you have your weights, you can either bring them into prayer, or you're just going to frame your foot. You step right side, you step together, weights can stay at your side, and then you frame that left foot. So you're going to frame right foot, step together, frame left foot, step together. You're just starting in your alternating side lunges for me. I want you to be careful of how much you hinge forward. I know you're going to hinge, but just make sure you're not coming into that fold over position. Good. All the way up, and then alternate here for me. You're here for 15 seconds. In 15 seconds, you're going to stay center. Love that lift. That's great. Totally happy with that. You can turn it into a curl if you prefer to. We have a deadlift on deck. So in 10 seconds, I need you to stand center, and you're just going to go into your reaches to feel like a nice stretch for you. In 5, I need you to meet me with those hips in that nice square position, all 10 toes face forward. In 3, in 2, you're going to go right into your deadlifts here. You stand up, you squeeze your butt, and then you hinge forward. So your back has to stay flat for me. It's a light weight. The weight is just there for something a little bit extra. But what I want you to think about here as we get ready to put these 2 movements together, you're going from inner to outer thigh into the back of your legs, hamstrings. So just trying to fire everything up. In 10 seconds, we're going to put it together, which means you're going to step to the right side. You're going to step to the left side. Then you give me a deadlift. I want you to hit both sides and then add the deadlift in. In 5, in 4, everybody start right side. In 3, in 2, you step right side together, left side together. That slow, controlled deadlift. When we say deadlift, that good morning, but think about your hips. As they hinge back, then you're coming forward and you squeeze your glutes as tight as you can at the top, and then you hit that side lunge each direction. You have 15 seconds here. 15 seconds, you're doing great. Hold on to this, just that big movement. You're going to keep your weights. You have one change left in the series, which is in that second position. I'll tell you when we're going to go there in about 5 seconds. Everyone stands up nice and tall. Weight stays in your hand. In 4, give me that final deadlift. In 3, make sure you hit those side lunges one more time. In 2, you come up to the top. You open feet up nice and wide. Your heels turn in. Your toes turn out for me. You're going into that front raise. You're going to sink down into that second position, lift and squeeze. You sink down into that second position, you lift and squeeze. This last little bit in the series is in that second position. It's 3 changes and you're out of it. I want you to give me a front raise, and then I want you to stand. I care more about your legs than your arms. We're going into your arms next. So I want you to think, are your heels turned in? Is the weight in your heels? Can you wiggle your toes at the bottom? You better get your booties down there and then stand back up. It's not a slow movement. It's a single count. Lower and you lift. You're in pulses at the bottom. You're giving me that front raise in 5, in 4, in 3, and 2. Come down to the bottom. Hold. You pulse arms up an inch. You pulse your butt down an inch. Right at the bottom of your range. I want you in a pulse at the bottom, pulse at the bottom, pulse at the bottom. There it is. Tiny and control. I care more about your legs right here than I do about your arms. Press those knees back. Press those knees back. Squeeze those triceps. You can do this. You're doing great. You have a hold. I want you to open arms into the T for your hold in 3 and 2. Everybody freezes, arms open into a T. Your heels lift for the last 15 seconds if you don't have any ankle injuries. If you do, just stay in your hold and don't stress about it. I need you to give me 10 strong seconds. Do you have 1 inch left? Now, can you tuck your tailbone under, lift your toes up, squeeze your triceps? 5 and you stand, 4 and you stand. Don't drop those weights. We're right into a shoulder press in 3 and 2. Stand all the way up, feet are hips width distance. Bring those arms into a goal post, excuse me. We're alternating in that shoulder press. If you needed water and I did not let you have it, you take it and then you join us here. You're alternating right side and then that left side. Now think about your core. Can you pull that belly button towards your spine? Can you contract through your center? Breathe for me. Shoulders here. I don't want you to give yourself shoulder areas as you're pressing. You're going to go both arms together in 4, lower, 3. Nice. We've got 2 more. Both arms go together on this next one. We're going to reach up. We pull back down. We reach and we pull. Yep. Reach and pull. Feel all of the fire in those shoulders. You're going to open up into a T for me where you just were in your second position in 8 seconds. In 7, let's see if we can't fire up shoulders and triceps. In 4, in 3, beautiful. 2, give me 1 more to the top. You hold, you extend arms out, you turn your palms towards the floor and you hold. Now take a big inhale. Can you soften the bend in your knees? Can you contract through your center? Now you're going to start drawing circles towards the back of the room, I need you to squeeze through your tricep here. This is not a loosey-goosey noodle arm. Get that arm back up there. You're doing great. Reverse your circle. Now circling towards the front of that room, still thinking about knees being bent, still thinking about core helping you. You're standing for a reason. 6 seconds right here. You ditch weights when you need to and you stay in it because you're not done. You've got 4 seconds in a hold. 3 and 2 on 1. You freeze for me here. Palms are going to face me. It's a half hammer curl. Press up, pull down, full extension. Halfway in, press, pull, reach, and bend. Good. Press, pull, reach, and bend. So you're not coming all the way back and you're going into that 90 so you can get right back into your press. Yes, you can. You have it. 10 seconds right here. You're back into that long T. You're about to put those arms in front of you. You're doing great. Front raise is on deck. After we finish this up, you've got it. 5 and 4. Reach. 3, 2, hold on 1. Hold on 1. Palms face the floor. Last change. Little bend and press. 15-second bend and press. You got this. You're there. Hold on to it. 8, 7, 6. Can you make sure your knees are bent? Abs pulled in. You've got 5, 4, and 3. Here's where it's fun. In 2, you hold. Arms come right to center. I know. It's fun. It's my birthday, so you have to do what I have. Take a big inhale. Soften the bend in your knees. Everybody relax your knees. Now find that nice big inhale here. As you exhale, here's where it's nice. You come halfway down, you lift and squeeze. Halfway down, lift and squeeze. You're there. Halfway down, lift and squeeze. If we're not doing push-ups, we're doing something in those shoulders. Halfway down, lift and squeeze. You've got it. As you come up, think about reaching in opposition. You do not have circles here. You have a bend and press on deck in 5, 4, good. 3 and 2 on 1. Little bend and extend. Bend and extend. Find that nice tricep extension. You've got this. 8. You drop weights when you need to. You are going to be nice and strong. 6 and 5. Here we go. 4 and 3. Final 2 on 1. You're going to bring those arms right down towards your thighs. You're going to find that good morning stretch, hinging at those hips. You're going to pull those elbows up and nice and wide here. Squeeze, and then you're going to release. You're right in your upper back. Squeeze and release. You have this squeeze like you're starting to pull that lawnmower to try to get it to move. Yes, all the way up. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. As I talked about New Yorkers who are like, well, I don't have a lawnmower. As I was saying that, I'm like, am I the only one who grew up on land like that? Big squeeze and release. You're holding at the top in 5. Yes, you can. 4, hold at the top in 3, little pulses in 2, pulse it up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Is your back flat? Is your belly button pulled in? Necks are long and strong. You've got this. Hold for me in 5. Keep squeezing. 4. Shoulders are dead. I know. 3 and 2. Hold for me right here. Elbows come down to your side. Then you press away. Elbows come down to your side. You press away. Yes, you can. 10 and 9. Leave your elbows at your side for me in 5, 4, 3 and 2 on 1. Extend those arms behind you, pull them in. Extend those arms behind you, pull them in. Can you finish strong in your arms in these tricep extensions? Just finish with those tricep extensions. You have 20 seconds and you're out of it. Full tricep extension. Find your hinge. If you come out of it and you need a second to get back into it, find your form. Nice. Elbows look great, Kelly. They're not moving. It looks wonderful. Everyone breathe. 10 seconds for me. 9 and 8. You can do this. Extend and you bend for me for 5, 4. Perfect. 3 and 2 on 1. You stand all the way up towards the top. You ditch those weights. Final 20 seconds right here. Ditch your weights, bring your hands together. It's a squeeze in and up, squeeze in and up. It's one change, less than 30 seconds. This is what I need from you. You're out of your arms after this. Squeeze in and up. Are your knees bent? Are you using your core? Are your shoulders relaxed? Are you breathing? Don't clench your jaw. You want to. Where's your tongue? It shouldn't be on the top of your mouth. You should be exhaling as you squeeze up and in. Final 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. We're there for 4. You've got this. 3 and 2, 1. Rest. Take a big inhale. Pull that right arm across your chest, pressing into that left arm. Arms open up nice and wide. Switch out to that other side. We've got a couple minutes left, like 5 or 6 minutes, so that I can get back into your legs and your abs on the floor. We finished down there. You have one more plank series, but I want you to meet me at the back of your mat. Take the sip of water if you need it. Breathe for me. And then walk yourself out into your high plank, last plank, high plank for me. Breathe. Get there. Thank you. As you're in this high plank, I need you to reset right here. I know your shoulders are tired, your legs are tired, so give me 2 minutes here and then you won't do another plank today. Take a big inhale in this high plank. We're gonna put some things together. You're gonna do right elbow to right knee, right elbow to left knee. You place it back, left elbow to left. Yep, left knee to left elbow, left knee to that right. So think same side and then cross over. You're just putting the movements together that you were doing. It's slow and controlled. Think same knee to same elbow, and then you bring it across your chest for me. This is that first change. You've got this. You're going to go into your plank up downs. I know that you're fatigued. Drop to your knees if you need to. I need you to fight for this. In 5, final thing on your wrist. In 4, 3, 2, can you give me those plank up downs to finish? Here's where you got to dig a little bit deeper. You have to use your core and breathe for me as you come all the way up to the top, all the way back down. You're in a forearm plank in less than 15 seconds. So here's where your muscles are changing. If you want to take the break, I need you to give me at least 1 to 2 more before you do that. You're on your forearms in 5. You can do this. 4, 3, 2, find your forearm planks. Pop those toes back. Yep. Breathe. Hold for me again. Hold for me again. As you're in this plank hold right here, I want you to think about where you're contracting. You're going to start walking your feet out, out, in. You bend right knee, bend left knee. You walk feet out, out, in. Tap right knee, tap left knee, reset. It's 2 slow movements because you're thinking outer thigh, and then we go into those lower abs when you tap those knees. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Everyone hold center for me in 5. You hold center in 4. Here's where I need you to fight. 3, 2, final plank hold. You don't do another one today. You have this. Can you take that big breath? Where are you pressing in those arms, in the back of those toes, those first 3 toes? Can you lift your hips up an inch for me? I don't care if you feel like it's too high. Now tuck under and breathe for 10, for 9. Child's poses around these rooms in 8, in 7. Yes, you can. You do not break. You do not break. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and you rest. Knees open, and we sink back. If those looks could kill. Take a big inhale here for me. You come onto your back for abs. We finish there, which will be nice. 3 minutes in your abs, you're out of here. Take a big inhale. I want you to take the sip of water. If you put Balas back on, you do not need them. Options for you to have them, but know that there are potentially some VFs and some things that you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper in your core for. 10 seconds to just regroup and take a moment. When you're ready, I want you to meet me on your back. We've got a bicycle series and some VFs. You're out of here. It's done. So this is where I need you to just take a deep breath and show me how strong you are. Knees come right into that tabletop. Knees over your hips, point through your toes. Bring your hands behind your head. I want you to lift all the way up. Listen to me here. Right side, so right elbow to left knee only for 20 seconds. You tap right elbow to left knee, you come right back to center. Tap right elbow to left knee, come right back to center. Do not cheat yourself here by rushing and not thinking about the twist. 10 seconds on this side only. Right elbow coming to that left knee, almost coming past that knee. You stay there for pulses in 4, in 3, keep your hands behind your head. And 2, hands stay behind your head. Just tap right elbow to left knee. Right elbow to left knee. In an inch, up an inch. In and out. You've got it. 5, 4, 3, and 2. On 1, come back to center. Lower down. Exhale, lift right back up. Left elbow to right knee only. Left elbow to right knee, full extension. Left elbow to that right knee, fully extend that right leg. Yes. Take your time, find your twist, trust your body. You're in pulses in 4, pulses in 3, hold there 2, keep your hands behind your head, up an inch and down an inch. You're just trying to find your twist, trying to get your shoulder blades off of that mat. You come through center for me in 3, in 2, on 1, come through center, lower down, take the crunch, lift back up, 2 count, hold each side, right elbow to left knee, hold 1, 2, switch, left elbow to right knee, hold 1, 2, and you switch. You're gonna just switch it out in 5, in 4, good, 3, just bicycle right here, 2 and 1, you just twist and twist for me, twist and twist. You have this, you have it. Fight for 10, fight for 9, no one breaks right here. It's 8 and 7, you have 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and you rest. Let legs go nice and long. Here's your final 20 seconds of work. Alternating V up to finish. You can do this. Do it. Get into it. Reach those hands up. You tap right ankle. You come back down. You tap that left ankle. It's just 10 seconds more. So you've got to fight. Where's that urgency? Show me. 8, 7, good. 6 and 5, 4, finish. Last 2, 3, 2, 1. You're out of it. Knees into your chest. Oh. You made it. Pull those knees in. About 30 seconds, it'll cut off on us. So you just breathe for a second. You're going to have to stretch on your own here. Go into that happy baby if you need to. That nice little rock from side to side. If you're not sweating right now, I don't know who is, because that was hard. Take a big, big inhale and the exhale. And we'll do it again on Thursday. Thanks, ladies.